Kentucky windage. I am a retired United States Marine. I'd like to thank my Marine brothers, Jim Lucas and Terry, and be very thrilled with everything that they've had to say. I am also the NRA. I am a former chairman of the Kentucky Friends of NRA. I have been, I'm a NRA benefactor member. I have been for many, many years. But not only am I the NRA, all of you are the NRA. I am the 3%. I am a 3%. But each of you is a 3% or two. For anybody that doesn't understand the history of that, and I know that we have a lot of 3%ers here in the room today, so they're going to know. But it was only 3% of the population that actually stood up during the Revolutionary War to England. 3%. That's where the 3% term comes from. It only takes 3% of the population, folks, to stand up to make changes. You know, our Constitution is not a perfect document. Never has been. But as we look back through history, if it's taken in its literal interpretation, isn't it a beautiful document? What a start. If we go back to the literal interpretations of the Constitution, folks, we've really got something. Over the years, I think this year is the 220th year that Congress has met. You know, I always find myself asking the question, 220 years? My God, how many laws can you write? I mean, you know, the Constitution of the United States is originally written, folks, is 4 handwritten pages. That's the only thing that limits government's ability to control us. And if you stacked up all of the laws that are currently on the federal books that the federal government is using to control us, it would stagger you. There's laws regarding everything. I agree with Gary fully. When do we stop? How much further can they encroach into the freedoms that we're providing? You know, I was reminded today as I was going over to the gun range, I found myself in the middle of a lot of farmland. I saw cattle, I saw horses, saw a couple of pigs, saw a lot of cornfields. But I was reminded of a joke that Ronald Reagan told quite a few years ago. And the joke was regarding Harry Truman as he was traveling the United States campaigning for presidency. And he wandered into a little rural community and he walked up and he wanted to have a rally. So he asked this farmer, he said, you know, could we have a rally here on your property? And the farmer said, what party are you? He said, well, I'm a Republican. And he said, oh my God. He said, wait right here. He said, my wife's never met a Republican before. So in any case, Harry started looking around for a podium, some raised area where he could speak to the people. And the only thing that he could find was a pile of stuff that Beth had been trying to convince him for about 30 years was fertilizer. And he got on top of this pile and he gave his speech, and it was actually well received. And when he came down off of the pile, the farmer looked at him and said, that's the first time I ever heard a Republican speak. He said, yeah. He said, and that's the first time I ever spoke from against Democrat platform. Should it not be our goal as people to return to a liberal interpretation of the Constitution that valued freedom so highly and set about to perfect it where it was flawed? It is not our job to reduce the tyrannical power of government and once again allow men to live, trade, interact, and worship as they see fit. If freedom is right and just for men and women who possess it, why on earth are we tolerating a government that will not allow us to be free? With that being said, what part of shall not be infringed don't they understand? You know, I've heard a whole lot of people talking about over the last, last several months, they're talking about this group and that group and domestic violence and mass shootings and school shootings and terrorists and white on black crime and black on white crime. My question to each of you, simply put, is when are we going to start standing up for the majority? Who is the majority? I am the majority. Each of you is the majority. We are a republic. I think it was Tammy and then Gary and I think Jim brought this up. We are a republic. We are not a democracy. When are we going to start treating our nation as the founders intended to be, and that is a republic? It seems like every time we have one of these shootings that everybody keeps talking about, and the liberals keep throwing in everybody's faces, when are they going to start laying the blame where it belongs? They want to lay the blame on me, on you, put it at each of our feet. When are we going to start blaming the shooter? Not the gun, not the free gun owners, not the people that want to operate a shooting range like Big Shot. Why do you want to blame these people? Why do you want to use liberal tactics infringing upon our Second Amendment in order to encroach on the rights of others? We have the right to carry arms. We have the right to train with arms. We have the right to possess arms. And I, just like Tammy, those locks are on my front door for their protection, not for mine. In closing, let me be perfectly clear. I don't need their permission to protect my family, myself, or my property. Gun control restrictions, gun control bans do not work. It's been proven in Australia. It's been proven in Great Britain. It's proven in Chicago and Washington, D.C. Take a look at every Democrat-controlled bastion within our own nation, and you will see that gun control does not work. Why does it work? Because, I'm a law-abiding citizen. If you come up with a law that says that I can't own a firearm, you're going to have to come and get it. First of all, I'm not going to take them down and turn them in, but I am going to abide by the law. And the only problem with that is, MS-13 and all of these gangs throughout our country and all of our criminals, they're not going to give up their arms. Now, what does that do to the law-abiding, each of you? What does it do to your rights? You don't have the ability to protect yourself. And if these liberals want you to if you would believe what they want you to, that is that, well, you know, if you're not armed, why, this can be peacefully resolved by other means. Let me tell you, I don't know about you folks, but I did 2 tours in Vietnam, Panama, Grenada, followed by Desert Storm. I met some people out there, folks, that there's no talking to them. You know, as a law-abiding citizen, why do they want to blame me? Why do they want to blame you? I have the rights under the Second Amendment and the protectionisms provided by the Constitution of this country to freely carry a firearm. Why is it each time that something happens, it becomes our fault? Folks, I want to thank each of you for your support of Big Shot. It's important. It's important because this is nothing more than another liberal inclusion, a way to try to shut down our Second Amendment rights. That's all it amounts to. You know, I read over all the legal briefs and filings and everything the other night. They're citing laws that really are not applicable to the area that the Big Shot is in. Have nothing to do with the operation of the range, which has been in existence now since, what, 1991, Sherry? Since 1991. And all of a sudden, we have a problem with noise. You know, it's a little over a quarter of a mile, I think, to the nearest home that's behind the fireman at Big Shot. Then there was a complaint that was filed apparently by some returning veteran that said that it affected his PTSD. Well, you know something, folks, I'm a veteran service officer. I work with people with PTSD every day. And the only thing that I can say is, first of all, poppycock. This guy is still serving in the United States military, yet he has PTSD so bad that he can't tolerate the sound of gunfire. Maybe I would be less tolerant if it wasn't for my hearing loss due to my years in the military. But you know, if the guy is this affected by PTSD, why, he needs to be hospitalized. He doesn't need to be out filing complaints. So, in closing, why, the founders wrote the Second Amendment for all of us. For you, for me, everybody. It wasn't written for a select few. It wasn't written for our military. There was no need for a Second Amendment to provide for our military. They always have and always will have the right to possess guns. However, that has even been infringed upon. Our own military aboard base, recruiting centers, aren't allowed to carry guns. Do you know that all the United States Marines that paraded around Barack Obama and stood at the doors of the White House, they had guns? Folks, they were not allowed to take post or marching a parade with live ammunition in their possession. This is what's coming for each of us if we allow it to continue. We're a nation of laws, folks, and they need to learn to abide by those laws. It's not selectively abide by them. We have a God-given right, and we demand that our rights, and by God, we are going to keep them come hell or high water. Thank you.
Let's give Mark Littrell a hand. Thank you. Thank you. It's an honor to have you. 100 years ago, they talk about
the weapons, the left talks about the weapons that